No deal.
Yamas! Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't hear me, please post some type of comment in the comment section below. Say, Noah, we can't hear you. What the heck are you doing? Noah, there's something wrong with your computer. Noah, why are you filming with the light behind you? That's like aging 101. Noah, nice peanuts. Thanks. And thank you, Chris, for sitting patiently in the back and listening to our standard Zenescope ramblings. I'm going to bring you on if you're ready now. All right. Welcome, Chris. How are you doing today?
Hey, Noah. How's it going?
It is going great. I love, are those overalls? Is that a smock?
Yes, very, very fancy, huh?
I was gonna say, yeah, that you're dressed the part. That very artistic.
Yeah, I spend most part of my time painting, so I use that inside my home office all the time.
Fantastic. And where are you calling from right now, for those who might not know?
Sorry?
Where are you joining us from today?
Oh, Canada, Ontario.
Fantastic. As I'm watching, sorry, Jason's moving some stuff around here. Oh, thanks. I liked the peanuts. Honestly, that was a literal peanut gallery. Thanks. Thank you. So, Chris, yes, you do some phenomenal work. Very fantastic art. You sent some over, some of your pens or your pencils, your sketches. But I want to say that you have a very unique, within like the Zenescope covers and kind of like the stuff that you typically see. And there's one of our VIPs, Carol, giving me some props down there. But yeah, you do some phenomenal and very distinguishable pieces for Zenescope. So I would love to know, like, what's your process? Are you entirely like traditional, or do you have any digital elements in your work?
I work in both mediums. I also work on digital and traditional. For Zenescope, I prefer going entirely to digital because it's easier for any changing or anything that is necessary. But all my process is basically the same. I do my research about elements that I'm gonna use and add to the covers, and after that I do my sketches, digital or traditional, and then I start develop the art lines and the final concept, and I show to David, and I receive the feedback if necessary, change anything, and then I start to really play with the design and the layout. So I do my final art lines, and I think about more details, and especially final effects that I love to add. Like, for example, I think I sent to you a bird that I use for, yes, for robbing. So I was working on for robbing cover. So I thought, okay, maybe I can put a bird, maybe a robin that we have here in Canada a lot. So I was thinking, oh, let's try something more. And so I like to create my own assets, assign another file, and then I apply on top of the cover. So I like to play with elements together around the characters. So especially on that newest series that I'm doing for Zenescope, I'm creating with a lot of little details, adding to the final cover. What I mean is I love having fun when I'm creating, and especially for Zenescope, because Zenescope gives me all the freedom, so I can be very artistic. I can push a little more. I can create more effects, textures. So that's what I like to do.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm trying to bring up, I tried to upload the bird picture that you sent me was beautiful, but I tried to upload it, and the streaming service that we use, they were saying like, whoa, this is too big and too cool to show with the general public. That's fine, but I want to show for people who might not be familiar, you were saying that that bird was an asset for the Robin image that you did, Robin Hood. So I just want to see if I can pull that up real quick here. Um, oh, well, here are the pencils that you sent for sure. So right down there in the bottom left-hand corner and the bottom right, I think is the image specifically that you sent to me.
Yes,
But
the little bird.
yeah, and like you said, like all of those like little individual assets, and that's what I love too. Like you were saying, like you have the flowers, you have bow, you have the arrows, the petals, the city in the background, and everything comes together. We have one of those for Van Helsing that you did as well that I'm going to bring up here. And this is a bit of a smaller image because it's on the notebook. Again, our streaming service can only have so much battery. And I'll get it off of your face too.
They take over my face.
Oh, no, they want to see you. They're here for you today. If I could cover this, I would. But yeah.
In that case, is every single cover that I'm doing on the series, especially, I'm trying to tell a story in one single image. So everything that I can relate with the character, I'm from the background of the character, or maybe of the costume, or something that can be related, can add more information and make people have a kind of a traveling when they are looking to the cover, so they can play around, they can go and see something that is related with the character and can tell a story in some way much more related with the maybe the personality of the character or what they like to do. So like how they are. I don't know much about the background of all characters because there are many characters. But when I get one to do, I like to do a little research and understand the personality, the attitude, the you know how it is, this psychological side of the character, and I try to apply in a very light way, very nice way on the cover, on my composition, my idea. So it's very exciting for me. I have fun when I'm doing this. I like to incorporate things and elements and textures that can pop up the character and make people, wow, that's Robin. Look at her face, look at her background. What this bird is doing here? So if they look a little more, they'll see, oh, that's a robin bird. Oh, now I understand. So it's kind of a game that I like to do when I'm creating those covers, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. No, some of my like my favorite artists, you might be familiar. Jamie Hewlett, who he worked on Tank Girl, does Gorillas, but his art style is very similar, wherein like, you know, he just loves to put as many things within like a page or an image as possible, but it's never overwhelming. Like with your stuff, you were saying too, like with the composition, like it seems like that's all part of the game, is like how you get it to flow and how you get it to fit. And you're right, like it does like pop. I wanted to bring up that the Van Helsing image that you sent as well. And again, you have those like little story elements in there. You've got, you know, the full moon in the background. You've got a little bit of the blood dripping down from the top. You've got the skull too. And again, like I didn't even see the skull before, but then you have the bats around. Let me see if I can pull back up the notebook, and I'll cover my mug this time. Let's see. So yeah, you can see that a little bit better. The colors alone for it. So you you do all your own coloring as well, you were saying.
Yes, I do my own painting because I think not that I can't work with another artist, of course I can, but I enjoy this using the colors to help my story, how to show this character, how she is, and for example, this Van Helsing, she is hunting for vampires and creatures, so she is in the night, and I like to incorporate these colors and this mood and this atmosphere inside my work. So that's the reason I like to be responsible for the colors too, because I want to finish my story. I want to start the story with the drawing and conclude that with the colors and the effects and the things that I like to add. So for me, it's a kind of it's an entire process. And when I finish the cover, I feel like Ah, that's amazing. I can't wait for start the next one because it's like
Nice.
a rush.
Yeah, that's such a great feeling. And I wanted to say too, if you for the viewers at home, on this kind of series that you're doing, you have almost like these like horoscope, zodiac, like kind of like
Yeah.
symbols representing the characters too. I know like Van Helsing's is up in the top right there, and Robin has one as well. I think that's a nice touch too. Was there any specific like inspiration for that, or why you wanted to include that with this kind of series?
Yes, this little icon is just like a symbol. I was thinking if one day Zenescope would like to create some, I don't know, pins or anything that can be like just a symbol of the character, not the character itself, but something that can be related, like yeah, like a logo or anything for every kind of a character. So I thought, okay, maybe I can play with that too, and I can make a little icon that we can recognize as soon as we see the character, but oh, it's not her, but it's a symbol. Oh, that's her. So I decided to make for every single one a little icon and add to the composition and see if it works. So I'm happy because they allowed me to do that. So I had fun creating also these art lines as icons, and oh, I have so much fun when I'm doing your covers.
No,
It's fun.
that's so fun. That makes me happy to hear. We spoke with Ivan Tao during our last VCon, and he had a very similar attitude. So like that makes me happy as like an employee. Like I don't know what's going on behind the doors. Like Dave's office is there, his door is closed. I see the magic that happens at the end result when it gets delivered from the printers. But knowing that you guys are kind of like Dave's like, yeah, have fun, express yourself, be yourself. That's so, and the fact that you're excited to come back and you want to do more. Like it'd be a much different story if you were like, okay, Zenescope, one and done, I'm out of here. Like, who else we got?
Ah, no, no, I love it. I love the one that I'm working right now is I did Gretel, and now oh my gosh, I forgot her name. How could it be? I forgot her name now.
Well, I know we don't have it here like in the server, but I've been looking at Kiera's desk because we just got your Karis prints in. And those look great. They've got like again the colors and everything. Oh, speaking of colors, this is one of my favorites. I have this one myself. I picked it
Oh,
up. I think again, notice how they're appearing over my head now instead of yours. But the like the red and the like the yellow and like the sunset going then down to and like the looking over the shoulder like that ominous like what's going on? Something's coming. You know,
yeah.
that whole series that you did.
I did that image and other more two images from Zenescope characters when the pandemic started, and I was inside home on my studio, and I decided to play with some different kind of a medium like Copics and also pastels and color pencils. So okay, let's do something that I can have fun, and I decided to get one of the characters from Zenescope, and I did that, and I did other like I think Van Helsing, and I did Robin. That's
Yeah,
Robin Van Helsing, and I did another one more, third one. And okay, let's have fun. Yes, yes.
this one this one is gorgeous to me. So this is a different. The other ones that we were showing before that was more like of a digital type of process. This one you're saying you kind of played around with different mediums and whatnot.
Yes, yes. I was playing with the Copics and the pastels and decided to do something to enjoy my time because I was inside home, inside my studio, not going anywhere. So let's do something fun and nice. And I did, and I love it. And I post on my social media, and people love it. They really like it. So okay, I decided to send to Dave, and Dave, look at what I'm doing. I'm having fun with the characters, and he liked it very much, and I'm very happy because they also decided to use the cover, the images, and it was really fantastic for me. I was, oh, I can't believe that's true because I was doing just for fun and because I love the characters, and I decided to do something with my time inside home. I was stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, really cool. And yes, after those 3 images, we decided to start the series that I'm doing right now with the digital media, but it's the same approach, but actually more with like icons as I showed before.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing right now. And I have some other covers to do in the same style. So it's cool. I have so many ideas for Zenescope. I was thinking another day, why not making them like vintage style? Like the 60s, you know, how
Yeah.
would be Robin on the 60s and Gretel and, you know, many other characters in the 60s. So that's
Yeah.
the idea for David. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
You
Yeah,
know?
super, super. If I can pick your brain a little bit, are you thinking like kind of like the London like psychedelic kind of like pop stuff, or like
Exactly.
give me some examples, some inspiration that you're fond of right now?
Like for the 60s?
Sure, yeah. And then I want to
Well,
talk about other inspirations.
yeah, for example, I love real evergreen, so I was thinking in one of the characters, like in evergreen. So how would it be to design the costume relates to the 60s, but it's still Robin, for example. It's her. We can see Robin, we all the characters, we can recognize them, but adapting to the 60s. That's an idea that I have here, waiting for the right moment to say, hey, David, what about this?
Hmm.
Let's have fun doing them on 60s. And the other things, for example, sci-fi, we can make them in sci-fi style. And the other stuff, other things, I have so many ideas for characters and how to adapt to them. It's kind of a game for me, like a puzzle, because I need to keep all the elements from this character. I need to respect this character, but at the same time, I have the mission to play around and create something completely different, but completely recognizable, because the fan base, they need to be respected. They love the character, they want to see that character. So my mission as an artist is play with this, but respect my fan base. So otherwise they won't be happy. If they're not happy, so it's not good for us. So I need to make this game very well done and make them happy and recognize, oh, I see Gretel here, and I see my favorite character in here. That's the one that I love, but she's on 60s. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's my goal when I'm playing and these ideas. I put myself on the shoes of the audience and the fan base and go, okay, I need to make them happy, but I need to have fun too. So that's what I try to do, and I love this freedom that Zenescope always allow me to have, and I'm very grateful because they invest on my ideas as an artist, and I'm feel part of the group. I'm feel part of the team. I'm feel part of this family, creating these covers and enjoying them and having fun seeing them real. For example, the book, these two books, especially this one. When I received that, I was can't believe that I can see. It's so cool. It's so much better than on my computer. I love seeing that. It was fantastic. The colors are amazing, exactly as I did and I planned. That's so great. So yeah, for me it's a big, big, big pleasure and a happiness creating, developing, and having fun. That's
Well,
amazing.
well, we are just lucky to have you because, like, this isn't a graded assignment or test or anything, but so far all of your answers have been like A plus, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. Because that's like, again, I just love to hear, when somebody's passionate about what they're doing, it shows, and it shows in your work that you're passionate and you're having fun. And we're just lucky to have an individual like yourself who's passionate and energetic about trying to capture the essence of the character too. And that's one of the things I like about Zenescope too, is kind of, the variety of characters, like a Belle book, is going to be different than, a Robin book. They both solve their problems, completely differently. And that shows, because then you have like the Zenescope fans that are, I'm calling you out, Gary, hashtag Team Karis, hashtag Team Sky. So, people love their characters enough to represent them. There you go, IK Grub. Choose a job you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Ain't that the way?
That's real. That's completely true. And that's fun for me. That's adventure. I'm never tired of creating stuff. I can physically be tired, but my mind is all the time thinking. And sometimes I'm watching TV and seeing a movie or anything that I can see, and suddenly, I see something that I can use. And I capture and use on my covers, and I use on my images, on my paintings. And that's, for me, is a kind of recycling my mind and creating more stuff. And I'm very happy because I don't have any kind of a block for creating things. When my mind is tired, I'm gonna do something that they don't like much. But when I'm tired, my mind is tired, and I think, okay, I can't create anything, I clean my house. I sweep, I wash, and I do something physically inside my home. I clear everything. I like to make everything on the right spot, on the right place, or I cut my grass. I do something physically, and suddenly when I stop and I see my home clean and smelling amazing, and I sit and, now I can come back to my work. And all the good ideas, they come. They come to me, I can use that, I can see that. Or I see stuff that was not nice and I couldn't see before because my mind was tired. And when I come back from these changings and I see my work, that's not good. I couldn't see that before. So I change my work because of this time that I'm recycling my mind and doing something physically, or doing something for my home, for my studio, for my house. So that's something helps me a lot, not having any block for creation at all. I can be tired, but my mind is all working. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have ideas when I'm sleeping. So I wake up and I had this idea. I need to do that quickly before it goes. And
exactly, before it disappears forever.
Exactly. Just before it goes, I need to take notes or do something, and I do, and I keep the idea, and I use this idea. Like, for example, the assets that I create for the compositions, for the birds, the flowers, or the elements. I see a picture, for example, on Instagram or anything that I like. This bird is fantastic. It has a personality. I can see something that he can be interacting with. So I take a picture and I reproduce the bird and I create the birds, or any other things. Could be butterflies, could be insects, could be any other kind of animal that can be applied inside my composition and help to tell the stories. That I'm trying to show, especially the characters. I need to, even applying many different things, I need to respect the space and the importance of the character. The character must pop up. The other things are just little details around, But that kind of a thinking is all the time with me, and I have fun doing my work. I really have fun doing my work. It's great.
That is great. So we talked a little bit about, you were saying, you listen to music, you watch movies. This is the Sci-Fi and Fantasy Virtual Convention. So would you mind sharing with us? Do you happen to have a favorite like sci-fi or fantasy movie? Something maybe, all time, or just that recently that you're into?
You're gonna call me old. I'm old, but I'm from the 80s, so for me, RoboCop and
yes! I'm telling you, all the right answers, Cris. This is an A+ test. Done. You passed. I don't know how you knew that was the right answer, but that was the right answer.
I love RoboCop. I love the old movies, not the old, from the 80s, but with kind of not in that time it was like high tech technology. Right now it's not, but I like that kind of
I think it's so great. The stop motion, the
yeah,
fact that like there are so many stop motion elements in it. It's just like people spent the time, they were working there, moving these things one frame at a time, incorporating them with the live action elements.
yes,
And then you just have all of these components, the music, the comedy, the action, the acting, the world building, it all comes together. So yeah, I mean, even though it's, might be dated from today's, it's still like, how did they do that? Like that's a great scene. Oh my gosh.
exactly. So in that kind of way to do things is very inspirational. You can create things because it's not. I love technology. I love the 3D things and effects. Of course, it's fantastic. But that old style to make movies, oh, it's so full of flavor. It's the only way
Yeah,
that I can say.
it's magical.
Exactly. So this kind of a sci-fi, old, trying to be new. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Maybe I would love to do our characters from Zenescope in that style. Because be like it's a retro futuristic stuff. That
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely. Dave, if you're listening, lock that one away. put it up there.
so
So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, play with our girls, play with our characters, how to explore their beautiful look like with using different kind of themes. I know that some themes are completely weird. For example, circles. You can make our characters like a circus show, a magician,
mm,
and the lion. I don't know the name in English, like the lion, the girl, the person that
the
can
like lion tamer.
exactly. So we can create universes for our characters and put them together and create it like a multiverse from
Yeah.
our characters. This is something for me. It's exciting. It's fun. It's cool. It's yeah something that I like to play with. I like to create different approaches from some things that everybody knows. Everybody knows our characters. Everybody knows her. She's amazing. She is fantastic, and she has that look and that cleavage. And we can create something related to that and make some completely different. But it's her. So this kind of a game is exciting, and I think our audience can enjoy that. Can see that we are respecting the character, but at the same time, we're trying something very innovative. Yes, that's
Yeah,
really cool for me. Yeah.
absolutely. Now, I know you love kind of like all of the characters, but if you had to pick, is there one that you maybe enjoy drawing or working with more than others? Is there one that, maybe lends itself to more, artistic, expression, or is there just one that you personally, relate to?
I love Kirill.
Yeah. All right. There'll be some cool, happy fans to hear that.
I love Van Helsing. I love. I forgot her name, but I think she was my second cover for Zenescope many years ago, and I forgot her name. Oh my god, I'm terrible with names. Uh, I'm gonna remember her name, but yeah, I think it was my second cover,
if
and
anyone in the if anyone in the comments section knows, here's a chance to steal prize.
a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
2013, I think. It's a long time ago.
When
Yeah.
it's crazy to think that, yeah, it's weird when someone says 10 years ago. I still think, like, oh, what, like 2000?
Yeah, long time ago. But yeah, she's amazing, and I love to work with her. And yes, yes. So now the name I can say I remember is Van Helsing and Keres. They are fantastic for me. I like the design of the costumes, you know, and I like to create effects with Keres dress and all that stuff that can be flying around her and making movement. So I like her very much. And yes, yes, I have to remember the name of my second cover. I think my very
Robert Hopkins in the comments is saying, is it, you think Callie?
Yes, was good. Robert, thank you. You're my angel.
Good job, Robert.
Thank you. Was Kelly. So beautiful cover. My very first cover for Zenescope, I think, was Cinderella. And I was very, very nervous because it was my very first cover. So I
first cover ever, or just first cover with Zenescope?
Ever. Zenescope was the very first one publisher that gave me an opportunity to show my work. And so for me I was terrified. I said, yes, of course I'm gonna do, but I was, oh my God, how am I gonna do that? I can't make bad stuff. I need to do something good. Oh my gosh. So I asked a friend that he's already was a comic artist, and what should I do? And he's like, I don't know, do what you do. And I'm not to do with that. So okay, so I decided to be calm and drawing some stuff. So I did a very beautiful first cover. Well, not bad one, a very beautiful one. But on my second cover was Kelly. And I was very, very happy and excited for the second cover, and now more relaxed. So I could enjoy much more. And that cover was amazing. That cover was really good. I'm very proud of that cover until today. It's my favorite ever. So this one was fantastic. And after that, I even remember there were so many covers. And now I don't remember anymore. Wow, almost 10 years. So I don't remember. But the second cover was special. The first was very nice, but the second one, fantastic, fantastic. I think Kelly has a daughter, right?
Yeah, so I think Alice, you have Alice, like traditional Alice in Wonderland, and then Callie is Alice's daughter. I'll be honest, I'm still working my way through the Zenescope mythos.
Yeah,
there's a lot to unpack.
Exactly, we have so big content, so it's a lot. Sometimes I go a little more to do my research because I like to create covers with correct information. So I like to take a little look on the character, knowing a little more background. Violet, thank you.
Robert's saving the day, man. Good
Thank
job,
you,
Robert.
I need you on my interviews.
Robert, you're going to be our new whisperer.
Yes.
It's Violet.
So I like to do my research, and I like to understand the character and the personality, to do something that can be really related to this character, and respect everything that people can, because I think on the collectors, they will be, for example, Kelly. There is a character, there is a collector that loves Kelly and will be buying every book of her. So I always think about the collector and the audience, what they will feel when they see that cover, what they will enjoy, or what they won't like it. So I like to put myself on their place, and okay, I think they will like this, they will enjoy that, they will prefer that, they won't like this kind of thing. So I like to think on the audience when I'm creating something. I don't create only because I like, but I think what they will think, what they will feel. For me, it's very important, the audience. So I like to enjoy this process and have this kind of a challenge, how to make people happy with my work and same time have a lot of fun.
Nice. And that's a good balance and a good something to strive for. So yes. When you're not doing comics, let me throw up here, because I do have your if anybody, well, I encourage everybody who's watching and listening to follow the links there. So we've got the first one is for more of your comic book stuff you were saying, like fantasy, sci-fi, and the other one is more for like your personal art, your personal work, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then the last little link there is the website. It just the whole kit and caboodle. So I definitely encourage everybody to check those out. So when you're not doing Zenescope comics, you're not doing comic art, are you just posting your stuff online? Are you, submitting it to other places? Can we see it in galleries?
Yes, when I'm not doing comics, especially Zenescope, I'm creating my own collections of which I call imaginative art. I like fantasy, but I like fantasy with a kind of a realism, and I like to play with portraits. I absolutely love portraits. In that case, more traditional than digital. So I like this one on my bag, for example.
I've been admiring that since we first started. Like it looks like flowers kind of like coming out like the back of her head and draping down, right?
Grapes. They are
grapes. That's even better. But no, they're very. What was the word that you said for it? Fantasy, or
It's a kind of a fantasy, but like fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah. Because it's very like dreamlike,
Exactly. So I like creating things like this, and I love portraits. So I connect them. So I do portraits with stuff on our heads. So my idea is our thoughts we have inside our heads. What if I put our thoughts outside our heads and create universes on our heads so everybody can see our thoughts? But how to express, how to show that? For example, a person that loves comics or loves Zenescope characters, I can create a face, a head, with like a Rolf. I can make his portrait with all the characters on top of his head and creating a kind of something that is not his hair, but something that can adorn and can make his head decoration with all the Zenescope characters. I can do that with anything. So, for example, the grapes, these kind of characters is about wine. It's about grapes. It's about the beautiful and the amazing perfection of the grapes, and I can adorn. I can put these grapes around the head, and I can do that with many other different kind of things. For example, there is up there, I think you can see, that is another one that I did. That one is gorgeous. Maple leaf. So around this head, I have maple leaf. I did that for the Canada anniversary. So
that's so cool.
For example, I can show you another one that is artichokes. It's very, very crazy. I know.
I know. I'm in love with this. It is so cool to hear.
This drawing is artichokes.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Well, first, the face alone is gorgeous. I mean, like all like the little light grays and everything in there, the eyes, the lips, the nose, but then absolutely looking at all of the and the details surrounding that too. It's all like encompassing, which I noticed with like the maple leaf and the grapes too. How they were coming around and like engulfing almost, kind of like what you were saying before with composition. Holy shnikes!
And that
oh my god!
Oil painting is based on that drawing. So I'm doing in oil, but all artichokes, all food around. It's all food. So let's suppose that this person is a chef or a cuisine chef or a person that loves nature, and I'm creating these thoughts. So actually, it's her thoughts. She's thinking about the vegetables and the food and the beauty of this kind of a food. So my idea is express our thoughts, but outside, but not with. I like to put this beautiful nature elements on top of our heads. So food, animals, symbols, things that can make this decoration of our heads with our thoughts. So that's my big project, and I work with that all the time when I'm not working. But I'm doing this big project about which I call imaginative art. So it's from our imagination, our thoughts, our thinking, and I can make outside of the head. And that's my big project. That's what I love to do when I'm not doing covers. I have here another one that I'm doing too. Is
Oh my gosh.
That's
I
another.
hope you know each one of these is just like they're blowing me away. And these are genuine reactions too. Because the hair, the fact that I'm a sucker for this is gonna sound weird, but I'm a sucker for art that has a lot of like small intertwining like line work, like vines and pipes, wires, cables, all that type of stuff. Because I love seeing like the ins and the outs and the ups. And the fact that you have the flow in addition to like those like intersecting lines, the comments are just wow, scary. They're basically speechless.
Thank you. That's not finished yet. I'm gonna put up a bird on top of this area, and maybe her hand will be like doing this, touching the bird, and another element in here. So I'm working on this little image. It's an oil.
That's incredible.
So that's what I do when I'm not doing comics.
Yeah, that's oh my gosh. Well, I am so excited for you to continue working on that series. I'm gonna make sure because I'm not sure like if I'm following you or not, but I'm going to because I definitely want to continue to see your progress with those. Those are incredible. We are just about at time. We're just about out of time. We got a few minutes left. If anyone has any questions for Cris, pop them in the comments section. Otherwise, Cris, I don't know if you've ever seen Inside the Actors Studio. I stole some interview questions from them that I'll ask here at the end. So if you could have any other profession, and it's obvious that you're in a fantastic, suitable profession right now, but if you could have any other job, do any other thing, what would it be?
Two things. If I were not a painter like I am, I would be a sculptor. It's another thing that I absolutely love, and one day I'm going to dedicate to portraits in clay, like a real sculpture. But if I were not an artist at all, I would be a baker because I love baking. I love breads and cakes and I just love. So I think I would be a baker.
That's great. That's a fantastic answer. I forget who we were asking before. I can't. It might have been Elias Chadzita. Someone said race car driver, which I thought was fantastic. Here's a question from Gary. When did you start drawing?
Okay, when I was very, very little, when I was 9, my mom put me on oil painting classes because I was very, very into painting. And after that, I start my career, my studying. I don't have art school background yet. Maybe one day I'm gonna go because I love knowledge and I love learning. It's for me it's fantastic. So maybe one day. But my son, he is doing art school. He's in the animation program here at Sheridan Art School. So I'm very proud.
That's awesome. Yeah, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, it seems.
He's very good. So I'm proud of him and proud of myself because one day I'll be there maybe.
Yeah, well, the fact that both of you guys, you and your son, have you're very into like that's like the detailed small, like, with you going in and adding all these little details. And the bird, I'm bummed that I couldn't upload it, I'm sorry. But the bird image that you sent over, like within the context of that robin image, like it's just a small little part, but you took the time to like find the bird, use the reference, draw it out at like full scale, and then bring it down. And that's just one component of like a dozen. Your son doing animation, kind of like what we were saying with RoboCop, that's so like, okay, we got to make sure that the guy moves this way and that way and that way and that way. All those frames. So very intricate process too. Very impressive all around.
That's true. I'm very proud of him. Yes, he's gonna be a good animator.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm sure. Other kind of wrap-up questions. Here's a favorite sound. What noise or sound brings you the most pleasure?
I can put for you right now. Birds. Oh.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I have birds here. I have my online birds, and I really need them. I just love my birds. When they are playing here, I feel like, oh, I can't work. When I don't have the birds, I think, oh no, something's missing. So I really love the birds, and I put in here. It was on the beginning of our interview, but I thought it was too much, so I shoot them out. But I really love birds. I feel like, okay, I'm home. I can create. I can be myself with the birds.
There you go. Absolutely. Except I will be on. I got a personal pet peeve against starlings, because they make a mess of my bird feeder. They just throw all the seed all over the place.
That's the reason I have my birds online. They are perfect.
You can't listen. I love the way that you guys talk. I love your music, but you keep making my backyard a mess.
It's over.
There you go.
I don't have to clean anything. Just play on and play off.
All right. Here's we'll take one last question from the audience, and then we'll call it. Robert is asking, how did you and Cris get together? So did he reach out to you? Were you saying? And say like, hey, I've seen your stuff, come here.
Yes. And when they don't contact me for a while, I contact them. Hello, I'm here and I have a new idea for Zenescope.
Don't let them give you any cold shoulders. You keep on them.
Yeah, I don't let them go. No. I'm gonna work with Zenescope. Come on, I'm here.
Yes. All right. Well, Cris, if it's up to me, I'm going to keep you around as long as we can. But again, just thank you so much. One, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time to kind of give us a little look at your studio, talk to you about your process. You were an absolute delight to speak to and listen to. So thank you very much. And thank you for just being a phenomenal artist and being here with Zenescope in general, because like I said, your covers, they're beautiful, they're distinguished, they stand out, they pop. I've got some, I know other people got some. If they don't, they're going to grab some soon here, because Jason's going to pop on and do a sale. But we are just so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. I'm a Zen girl. So I'm always with Zenescope stuff. I'm together. I watch the show. I watch you and Casey. And
no, you popped in the coffee with Casey one day.
And I'm sorry about Casey yesterday. She just told everybody she studied for the quiz. So yes, I was. Oh, Casey, come on! Why you said that? Very fun yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all fun. We love Casey, and Casey loves us. It's a big family, and we're happy to have you be a part of it.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Cris. An absolute pleasure. Hopefully we'll talk to you again. We'll see you soon.